Hi, my name's Nichole, and this is the CK Diary Podcast. I started crocheting in August of 2023, and I started knitting in December of 2023. I wanted to make this podcast as a way for myself to keep track of the progress that I'm making, and also maybe as an encouragement to other beginners that you can make more than just washcloths. If washcloths is what you want to make, that's totally fine. I have crocheted many washcloths, but when I started knitting, I really wanted to use knitting to make garments, and I didn't want to practice on a ton of washcloths that I didn't need when I could just dive in and start making the projects that I wanted. I started with the Sophie scarf. I made a few hats. I made a cowl for my husband, and right now I'm working on the vanilla sock pattern by Crazy Sock Lady, and I'm making those for my husband's birthday, which is tomorrow, and my socks will not be done. I don't think even one of them will be done, but that's okay. But I wanted to use this as a space to not only encourage myself, but encourage others that you don't have to start where people say that you have to start. You can start right on the projects that you want to start with and learn as you go. So we'll go ahead and dive into my whips. The first thing I will show you are the socks that I'm making for my husband. These are the vanilla sock pattern by Crazy Sock Lady. I have worked the cuff, the leg, I did the heel flap, the heel turn, and the gusset decrease. And now I'm working through the foot. I'm almost done with the foot. I'm hoping to finish that and the toe. I believe, I don't know what it is yet because I haven't watched through the video all the way yet, but I think that end of the toe is called the Kitchener, and I'm hoping I will be able to finish this sock tonight. He's going out with his friends tonight. It's Wednesday, February 7th. It's about 1:30 p.m. And tonight my husband's going out with his friends. He has a couple of friends in town. So hopefully I'll be able to finish at least this sock while he's out tonight for his birthday tomorrow. All right, let's see. My other work in progress is this. So with my Polka Dot Creek Blanket Club for 2024, I started working my jelly roll. I've talked about it the last couple of episodes. And while I was working in the third color, I was like, man, I don't think I want to do the jelly roll anymore. I want to do the jelly roll with a DK weight because I really love how squishy the DK blankets are. The fingering weight jelly roll was just coming out really thin and it wasn't very squishy. And I just wanted something a little bit squishier. But I knew if I doubled up my Polka Dot Creek blanket yarn, it would probably end up being pretty small. This is probably gonna end up being pretty small too, but that's okay. So I decided to start doing the Cozy Memories instead. I am doubling up the yarn and doing a DK weight. I am using Knit Picks circulars. They're interchangeable circulars, and this is a 4mm. And this is what I have so far. I already started adding in my fourth color. I've picked up 20 stitches. I need to add 20 more. I'm doing 40 stitches. I really like how it's turning out so far, and it is so squishy. And I've just been adding them in as I can. All right, and now onto the finished objects for this past week, and also the reason why I haven't finished my husband's socks yet. So the friends that he's meeting up with tonight, he has one friend with a baby on the way and another friend who just recently had a baby. So for the friend with the baby on the way, I made a little beanie and some little booties that match. I made the beanie a long time ago. I started the booties a long time ago in I think it was in maybe at the end of December. It could have been the beginning of January, but I didn't weave in the ends and I still had one booty to finish. So I went ahead and did that. So I finished those off. And then for the baby on the way, I made them, or for the baby that's already here, for his friend that just had a baby a few months ago, I went ahead and made her a cute little bow headband. They put her in a lot of bow headbands. So I wanted to make one of those. I'll put all of the information in the description for the patterns that I used and for the yarn that I used. I'm trying to think. I feel like I had one more other than this. I guess not. All right, and then this was my big one that took up most of my time. I started it 2 days ago. I finished it yesterday, and it took up most of my making time for the last 2 days. My youngest son, he just turned 2 in December. He has been carrying around a little blanket with him everywhere he goes. It's a blanket that I bought for my oldest son like 4 years ago. And he has been attached to this blanket, and I made him a blanket a long time ago whenever I was pregnant with him, and I did crochet this blanket. It was like one of 2 things that I crocheted years and years ago, but I never learned how to actually crochet. I wasn't holding my yarn right. I wasn't holding my hook right. I wasn't putting the yarn over correctly. I did the stitches wrong. I think the stitch that his blanket is made out of is a made up stitch. I don't think it was even a real stitch. And just everything was all wrong. The blanket came out wonky, but I kept it because I made it and I was excited about it. And anyway, and it's made out of polyester. I didn't know at the time. I've been reading a lot about polyester and fabrics and babies, and it just has made me nervous with the potential chemicals that come in contact with polyester, and that I guess whenever polyester heats up, it can release those chemicals, even if it's just like body heat. So I got nervous about that blanket, so I wanted to make him a new one. And so I just made a little security blanket. I did corner to corner. I put it on the blocker last night, and it's already dry. I was surprised that it was already dry. Usually, this is 100% superwash wool. Usually it takes a lot longer, or 100% superwash merino. Usually it takes a lot longer for it to dry. For me, anyway. My Sophie scarf took a couple of days, I'm pretty sure. But it's also a very open pattern, so I don't know if that could be why. So this color is a color that I got from a St. Simon's, I believe it's called St. Simon's Stitchery in St. Simon's, Georgia. It was by a dyer that exclusively dyes for that store. I believe they're called Island Dyeworks. It didn't have a colorway name. It was a color that I bought for the boys for something, but I didn't know what I wanted to make for them yet. So the whole skein went into this blanket. This whole skein is half of the blanket, and then I just used scraps that I had for the other half. This was the color that I used for my husband's cowl. You can see that in past podcasts and shorts. And then this color is not the same as this one. I thought this was the Paris Teal, but I guess this one is Malabrigo Worsted Paris Teal. It's a beautiful color, and it's so soft. It is so soft. The whole blanket is so soft, but this one is just really soft. But anyway, I held on to this. I record the podcast while my boys take their nap. And I really wanted to give this to him today, but I'm going to wait until after he wakes up from his nap because I wanted to share it with you guys. All right. And I think that is it for whips and finished objects this week. So my goals for this next week coming up, I really want to finish my husband's sock over the weekend, or their sock set. I'd like to have them both finished by the podcast next week. That might be a lofty goal, but I'm going to put a lot of work in on that. I'd like to finish one more square on my Cozy Memories blanket. Right now I'm still working with my January Polka Dot Creek yarns. I've got 2 already hanked up, wound up in my bag. And then, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And then these are the 4 that I have left. And then I'm going to be moving into the February ones, which I'd like to have worked up by the end of February. So that's why I kind of want to start doing maybe a square every other day. They don't take that long. It maybe took me like 30 minutes. I'll have to time myself and see. I have a lot of fun working it up, so I might just be making that up. It might have just seemed like it went fast to me. But this one went really quick. the corner to corner. And I think I'm actually gonna start making a lot of blankets, or a lot of the blankets that I make for other people. I think I might make it with this pattern because it's a lot of fun to do and it works up so quickly. You don't have to count stitches. You don't have to make a huge chain. I really liked this pattern a lot. I also think I have a few friends that I made washcloths for in like October, November, and I've had a few of them come back and ask for more. And I have a ton of cotton yarn left over I've made these little gift baskets in the fall last year, and I've got a ton of cotton yarn left over from making those little baskets. So I think I might go ahead and knock out some washcloths in the corner to corner. I saw someone on Instagram the other day say that that's what they did for their washcloths. So it works up so quick, and it's a great textured stitch. So I think that's what I might do this weekend. Let me see, am I missing anything? And then my temperature blanket. Let me go ahead and grab that. I haven't shown that to you guys in a while. All right, so I did have a short with this in it this week, I believe, this past week. So you may have seen that. But this is where I'm at now. I have not done that much since the last time I showed it to you guys. Let me see. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows since the last time I saw you guys. Not that much. Not that much. Like 2 inches. Have not added on that much. And I really need to. I need to be doing like 1 1/4 rows per day to have this done by the time I want it done by. I want to put a border on it, but if I have the blanket done, except for the border, by the time I want to gift it, then I'm probably just going to skip the border. Because as fun as this was to make, I'm very tired of making it. It started as 250 stitches, I think, and now it's like 255. The sides are pretty straight, so I don't know where I added in the stitches. I may have started with 254, 55 and just didn't realize it. But it's all single crochet. It's very tedious, very monotonous, and kind of tired of doing it, especially whenever I have all of these fun projects. I did get a shipment notification that my Chelsea Yarns Valentine's Day Club box, is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I just got an email notification that will be here tomorrow. And I think that's it. I think that's all I had to talk about. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week. Bye.